Okay, fourth graders, this is Mrs. Nelson, and we are going to be working with more than one fraction type. We are going to be looking at trying to compare all the kinds of fractions. So we're going to look at proper fractions, like 3/5, little numerator, big denominator. Improper fractions, like 7/3, okay, 7/3, and we're going to try to compare mixed numbers, for example, like 1 and 1/2. So we have proper in black, improper in blue, and then mixed numbers in green. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Well, we know that we have 3/5 here, and I'm actually going to make my number line a slightly different color here. I'm going to make it yellow because I've actually done, so I'm going to make my number line yellow here, going all the way. And this will be 1, and this will be 2 holes, and with nothing there. Alright, so we're going to look at black, and I'm going to use the black pen to do that. So I know that 3 of 5 pieces, I need to cut my 1 hole from here to here. I need to cut that into 5 chunks. So, okay, so there's 5 chunks right there. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Roughly. Now, they're not perfect, but they're close. And then I'm going to put my 3/5 right here, 3/5, okay? So I know that. Now I need to look at 7/3. Now I need to figure out first, is it going to be bigger than 1? So I'm going to do, in blue, I'm going to create a mixed fraction to be able to figure this out. So I have 7 divided by 3. Well, I know that 3 times 2 is 6. Subtract that 1. So I take that 1 and I put it over the top of the 3. So then that becomes 1/3. Okay? So now I know that I have at least 2. So that's actually going to be bigger than this, so I actually have to keep stretching this little guy out over here to 3. Okay, so now I have 2, and then I have to chop up my 2 into 3 chunks. There's 3 chunks. 1 chunk, 2 chunks, 3 chunks. Okay, so there's my 3. So now I know that I have at least 2 here. And then I have 1/3, so I know that 2 and 1/3 will sit here. Okay, I'm going to zoom that out just a little bit so you can see it. Alright, so I've taken care of 3/5, 7/3. Now I have 1 and 1/2. That'll be in green. So I already know it'll be, this part will start here. But then I need a half, so I need to cut my 1 chunk into 2 pieces, and so I'll know that I have 1 and 1/2 here. So I used a number line to be able to place all of my fractions on the number line. So, putting them in order from smallest to largest. I have 3/5, which is small, going up to 2 and 1/3. Which is large, or actually I should write that in its proper, what it was originally, which was 7/3 right there, 7/3, okay? So let's look at that one more time. Let's look at it with a different type of fraction here. Hold on just a moment while I get that pulled up. And we will look at that. Alrighty then, so at any point you can stop these videos to go back and look at them. So now I have 3 new fractions. 3/8, which is proper, little big. Improper in red, big, little, and mixed. Okay, so looking at this, we are going to first figure out 3/8 in green. We already know that 3 is small, and so it means it's going to be smaller than 1. So if your numerator is small and there's no mixed number, then you already know that it's going to probably sit somewhere in here. Okay, now where that sits, we have to first cut our 0 to 1 into 8 chunks. So we're going to cut it in half, and then we're going to cut our halves in half. So there's 4, and then we're going to cut our fourths in half. There's 6, there's 8. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 little chunkies there. Now, they're not perfect, and I'm not asking them to be perfect, just close enough that I can tell. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 3 chunks and put my 3/8 right there. That's where 3/8 is. So it's the smallest one. Okay, so it's done. Let's look at the red one. Well, first, let's turn it into a mixed number. So we're going to take 4 and we're going to take 6 and divide that by 4. Well, if I have 6, I can take one group of 4 away. I can take one group of 4 away, and that leaves me 2. So remember, I have to put my 2 over my 4. So 2 2/4, okay, or it's 1/2. So I already know that if it's 1, so it's 1 2/4, I have to cut my whole number, my number line, because it's 1, so I start here, and I already know that I have to cut my next chunk into 4 pieces. So I cut my line once into 2 pieces, then I cut my halves in half to make fourths. So 2/4 sits right here. So I have 1 2/4. So that's 1 2/4 right there. 6/4. That one's done. All right. So 1 5/6 is blue. So I already know that it's not gonna be 2 because it's 1 and almost 2 because 5 is really close to 6. If it was 6/6, then it would be 6/6 plus 1, which would be 2. But it's not. So now I need to cut my line from here to here into 6 pieces. So I'm going to cut thirds right here, thirds, okay? And then I'm going to cut my thirds in half. And then I'm going to say 5 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right here, 5, 6. So 1 5/6 will sit right there. So actually, these actually sit perfectly just as they are in order. Okay. Now, you might not get them in order. I just happen to have picked fractions that were in order already. So you're going to take 3 different fraction types and put them in order on the number line, okay? You're going to, I find it easier to actually use mixed numbers to put things in order. Not the only way to do it. There could be more than one way. We could make them all common denominators. That one's a little bit more difficult, I would have to say. So usually if you have an improper number with a mixed number and a proper number, just make mixed numbers, because then you're just dealing with a mixed number and a proper number only. Okay? And then you can just break up your number line. Alright, if you have questions or concerns, we'll be working on this in class. This video is just a reminder and a review. So if you missed the lesson with me, you will have to catch it on the flip side here. I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.